fiction. Been the other way around for far too long. Now you're gonna find out what it's like to be wronged. Well, all is fair in love and war. You pull no brakes when you're riding to the core. All is fair in love and war. You best be aware, 'cause all is fair in love and war. All is fair in love and war. Where you pull no brakes when you're riding to the core. Yeah, yeah. All is fair in love and war. You best be aware, 'cause all is fair. All is fair in love and war. You pull no brakes when you're riding to the core. Yeah. All is fair in love and war. You best be aware, 'cause all is fair in love and war.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, you know what movie I'm making reference to. I might have been watching it earlier today. It's me, it's Big B up in the booth. ESPN. Bringing you coverage of NASCOM online Saturday night. Place to be. We're in their playoffs. We're at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're at the Roval, ladies and gentlemen. And on top of that, we're up here in the booth. Not only is it me, but it's my compadre, Mr. Tony Trapasso. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I got my axe with me. We're ready to cut heads tonight here at the Roval. Third race is the second round of the playoffs. We're going to whittle it down from 12 to 8 tonight, and it's a damn close points battle right at the cutoff.
Yeah, it is. Cutoff race, and this is a wicked track, man, to make a cutoff on. Here in NASCOM.
Evil thing I think they could have done as far as, the cutoff race.
Qualifying going on out there on the track right now. We're going to be wrapping it up in about 5 minutes. You want to talk about the points, my friend?
Absolutely. No real shocker here. Mark Arthur sitting atop the pile. Sam Baumgarten, 5 points back. Dalton Kilroe, 3 points back from Sam. And Derek Paulson rounding out your top 4 currently. 16 points back from Dalton. 13 points back from him is Tim Bills in 5th. Then we got a tie for 6th between Nick Okier and Kevin Paskowicz. And they're only 9 points back off of Tim Bills.
And there's a notable name missing tonight, too. I've noticed Kevin Paskowicz not making it to Charlotte tonight.
Yeah, they detained him at the Marietta Regional Airport. Something about...
Marietta International Airport, where we land the crop dusters?
Yeah. No, I said Marietta Regional Airport, where they land the crop dusters, but something about he couldn't bring his cat with him, and he won't go anywhere without Zilla. But anyways, so they're tied for 6th, then you're 18 points back to the final spot, held right now by Kevin O'Brien at 3,063 points.
Yeah, and here we
then
are.
It gets fun.
I haven't seen, I'm looking, I got times up there. I see Sam Baumgarten up in the front. He's a little faster. If I can get the lap times up on there. Just, 5/10 faster than Ty Marasco, but a name I have not seen put up a qualifying lap yet, and time's running out, and that's the number 12 entry of Mark Arthur.
I was watching while we were farting around, and unfortunately, Mark could not put in a clean lap.
Oh, and that's going to kind of take its toll on him. As qualifying's only got just a little under 3 minutes left in it. Nobody out on track right now. I think we pretty much have our grid as the way it's going to be. Not enough time really to go out there, get down a pace lap, an out lap, and then a hot lap. When you consider that we're hauling the mail around here, and minute 20, minute 23.
Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Anyways, getting back to the point standings, Kevin O'Brien holding down the number 8 slot in points. Tex Perry currently on the outside looking in, 9 points out of 8.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight race. It's going to be interesting to see who makes the cut. We're whittling it down from 12 to 8 tonight. As, qualifying 2 minutes left. No one else is out on the track, so I'm just going to go ahead and let's, I'm not going to put the grid up until we actually take the grid. How's that sound?
That sounds like a good idea, especially considering that if you left pit road now, you could just barely start a flyer, and it gives you 2 minutes after the checkers fly. But you've got to get to that start-finish line before the checkers come out. Tex Perry sitting out. Nick Okier could not get a clean lap. Tanner Marr does not have a clean signal. He has throughputed twice now. Mark Arthur could not get a clean lap. Doug Thompson didn't put in a time at all. And Tim Bills having difficulty connecting.
All sorts of internet issues going on around the country. And if you happen to be in the South, our prayers to you. Hurricane come through there. If you're in the South, maybe you got some connection issues. I don't know. We're going to have an intimate field tonight. We're going to go, 67 laps around the Roval for the race for the cure.
250.
250.
So, and I did not hear what stages are tonight. If I had to venture a guess, I would say 15, 30, and then race it to the end, but who knows?
I couldn't tell you. Maybe you can jump over to our little point screen and grab that. It should have it on their schedule.
Look. It does not.
Well, it might not be stages. We tried stages at Sonoma. Remember how that worked out?
Let me go double check with the boss.
You check with the boss, and we'll hold them down, because guess what, folks? It is time to take the green. We are under caution right now as the cars are going to start to grid up.
User joined your channel.
And I quote, not only no, but hell no.
Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth himself. Tex the Boss Perry. We don't call him the boss for nothing. I
heard it from the horse's mouth. They heard it from the horse's ass.
I'm not going to go there, but okay.
I just did.
Yep. All right, let's take a look at our grid tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Starting at the point, Sam Baumgarten laying down the fast lap at 1:20. Ty Marasco going to roll off second. Dalton Kilroe's going to roll off third. Fourth's going to be Kevin O'Brien. Starting fifth to be Patrick Cowgill. Mark Arthur, he did not lay down a time, but he is, looks like it's going to put him, the highest points guy out there. Starting sixth. Tim Bills seventh. Tex the Boss Perry's going to roll off eighth. Rolling off ninth to be Doug Thompson. Nick Okia, he's going to come off on 10th. And rounding out the field on the back row will be Tanner Marr and our own Hoot Baker.
Good to see some names making a return tonight. Yeah, we haven't seen Ty Marasco in, a dog's age. We haven't seen Tanner Marr in a dog's age. We haven't seen Hoot Baker in the second of forever. So it's good to see that, these guys ain't scared of no Roval.
No, now, Hoot Baker, he shows to be part of the round of 12. We're cutting to 8 tonight with Paskowicz not making it. If Hoot holds her out on the track, even with the last place finish, is he going to be able to make up the points on Paskowicz to advance?
Let me do some high-powered gazintas.
This goes into that, and this goes into that, and that goes into this goes into.
Let's see. There's 18 and 9. Lot 25 added to that is a little more, and then another 7 on top of that. He'd have to win the race.
You know what? Stranger things have happened on the road course, ladies and gentlemen. As we are now taking the pace lap, lights are off on a Ford Mustang pace car. That means we're going to fire them off in anger next time we come around. And Sam Baumgarten in the 53. What kind of paint scheme is he rocking tonight? Gonna have to take a look at that.
There's a Michael Falk Racing Designs original. Michael Falk Racing Designs sponsoring Sam Baumgarten and Mark Arthur in their new venture of Outcast Autosport. And they are joined with, I believe it's Jason Powell.
And I see we're rocking My Little Pony tonight on the pink number 12.
We're not.
Well, according to my paint job, it is.
Might want to update, brother, because...
You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see a bunch of white cars. Here we go.
You should have plenty of time with your supercomputer.
Well, my Control R ain't working.
Yeah, no, Mark Arthur's still in the, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I see the new paint job on Sam Baumgarten. Mark Arthur rocking the My Little Pony on my, tonight on the broadcast. But let's take a look at Sam Baumgarten as he's going to take the green flag. And we're working down the backstretch, headed for the backstretch chicane. And then my friend Tony Trapasso, bring us to green.
As the field works its way through the bus stop here on the back straightaway at the Charlotte Roval, Baumgarten gonna have the button. The field works its way into the 3-4 complex. Nerves are a little high right now as they follow the Ford Mustang GT 500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing. And the only thing that's left to do is you're going to adjust the visor, give those 5-point safety harnesses one more tug, make sure they're nice and tight. As the field works its way out of turn number 4, they should be getting the green. I don't know if do they have to go through the chicane on the green?
Well, we're about to find out. It looks like the pace car's taking that little turn. Tony, bring us to green.
So the only thing that's left to do is Grandpa pop a visor because it's time to get it on in Charlotte. Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's showtime! Green flag comes out. Baumgarten pulls the trigger as the field works its way through the chicane ever so carefully. Down into turn number 1, they haul it. And here comes Kilrow on Marasco.
Yeah, Dalton Kilrow making a hell of a move on the inside of turn 1 there as they break it off down into the infield. Dalton Kilrow getting around Ty Marasco. Ty Marasco maybe have to knock off a little bit of rust.
Yeah, Marasco hasn't been with these guys for a while, and yeah, Byron, I don't think your trading paints is working properly because I just refreshed twice, and Mark Arthur is still rocking the throwback paint scheme, the Cartoon Network Powerpuff Girls, and we've got a spinner.
That would be number 30 or 84, Kevin O'Brien.
Not what he was hoping for, as he's holding it there, waiting for Baker to pass.
Let's see if we can catch a replay to see what happened there.
He may have had some help.
Keeping a focus on Kevin O'Brien.
Ooh, that, he's not the only one. That was, Ty Marasco was getting it all wrong too. Marasco was able to get it back out onto the quad oval portion of the track though, and this just in from timing and scoring. Ty Marasco, even though he is driving the number 1 car, unfortunately the transponder number 1 went down tonight. He is being scored as the number 14.
Yeah, I'm just now catching that. Thank you, iRacing, with your custom numbers. The number 1, it does have a beautiful looking paint job on it. We're talking about Ty Marasco out there. It says number 14. If you take a look on it, Ty Marasco is rocking. He's in 5th place.
And that is another one of Michael Falk Racing Design's originals.
Back up in the front of the field. Baumgarten's got them all just covered right at the moment.
Ooh. Dalton Kilrow just narrowed his car up by about 3 feet.
Taking a look at the outside wall. You know what? Let's jump in car with with Sam Baumgarten and take a lap around here. You can see what it takes to get around Charlotte Roval. As we are riding along in what I call the gyro cram, bringing it to the start-finish line. Turn 1, Tony, take us around.
I don't know. I've never been around this joint.
All right, crossing the start-finish line, looking for that first turn, which is a pretty hard left-hander. Get on the binders, make that turn, let it rotate around into the infield portion of Charlotte Motor Speedway, where you got a couple of, you got a left hand and a right hand, followed by another right hand to another left hand. You don't know what hand you got. You got to just let the car eat. You got to let it breathe. You got to let it roll those corners. As you see him working that infield, working the brakes, getting on the binders, back on it, back off of it. It's hard to describe going around this road course here at the Roval, but he gets it a little loose.
Where he just went through, it was an off-camera. Oh, brother.
Ooh, almost.
31 Patrick Calgill that went around going through the, got it all sorts of upset coming over the knoll where you saw Baumgarten have a wiggle. There is a knoll that you climb over coming out of the infield section just before it leads back onto the oval portion. And if you're not careful, you will swap ends or put it in the grass, or worse, put it into the wall.
Yeah, that's you just watch one lap around Charlotte Roval, and you just watched him do it in about 1:20, ladies and gentlemen.
And the battle for second starting to heat up. Mark Arthur right now up into third, biding his time because Dalton Kilrow has a wounded horse. And that car is pancaked on the left side because the first portion of the right-hander, once you get into the infield portion, is there goes Arthur up into second. It's definitely going to affect all your right-hand turns because he definitely walloped that wall pretty good. So Arthur now has about a 3-second deficit to make up on his teammate at Outcast Autosport. Dalton Kilrow still driving for Top Flight, and he's struggling. He is definitely struggling here. As
Dalton Kilroy, I show him supporting the Dr. Squatch colors tonight.
he is running the Dr. Squatch colors tonight, but that's still Top Flight Racing.
Which tells you my trading paints is just being awful funky tonight. It's working for some and not for others. We'll have to, send a hate mail out to them.
But anyways, Dalton still running the Dr. Squatch paint scheme, and they're going to finish out the season there. Him and Sam Baumgarten in the 9. Him and Nick Okier. Hang on to her, son. As Kilrow just went for a scary moment coming out of the second portion of the right-hander just before the uphill. So, these guys aren't laying down right now.
No, and I don't know if you just noticed, but I think there's an internet issue for the... I'm showing connection issues here on the 41 machine of Dalton Kilrow.
4-digit ping, and that's not good.
I can't even pick him up on the cameras. He's in and out so bad.
Well, here's the thing. He is in Florida.
And Ty Marasco loops it going into the back street chicane. He's going to have to take a stop and go there.
At least a slowdown, but that car looks like it's been through a war already. The left side of that car is a lot flatter than it should be.
Yeah, we're going to have a few pavement modifieds made out of these cars by the time we get to the end of this race. Back to the front of the field, Sam Baumgarten just walking away with it. 2.2 second gap on his teammate, the number 12 of Mark Arthur. And you got to go back another 4.5 seconds till you get to the 41 of Dalton Kilrow.
Well, here's the thing. If you take a look at who's running in fourth right now and reeling in Dalton Kilrow hand over fist,
that would be the boss, Tex Perry, sporting the boys' paint job on his Toyota
now,
Chevrolet car.
He's currently on the outside looking in to transfer into the Elite 8. If he gets by Kilrow, that's enough positions. If he finishes there and O'Brien still can maintain that top 7 that he's got, that's enough positions between them to put O'Brien out and Perry in.
Yeah, O'Brien running 7th right now out on the track. 17 seconds off the pace from the leader. Make that 6th place as he moves it past Doug Thompson.
O'Brien doing what
I love that paint job Thompson's got.
Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Speaking of Friday the 13th, you being a rock and roll fan that you are.
Oh, yes, I can't wait.
You did hear coming out on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and you know who's back with him, too.
Yes, I do. And we're saying this only because he himself calls himself a petrol head. We call him a gearhead over here. Brian Johnson, they made the announcement today. Brian Johnson is back with AC/DC. Malcolm's son is playing rhythm guitar. And they are releasing a new album on November 13th. Which just so happens to be Friday the 13th in November.
Yep. Your favorite rock band and mine, everybody.
They're back.
You know who's going to be happy about that in the real NASCAR world? That'd be Larry McReynolds. Huge AC/DC fan.
Well, then he needs to get Brian to a frickin' race. Larry, if you're paying attention, make that happen. Brian Johnson, pace car driver for the Daytona 500 next year.
Yeah.
I know you've got connections, Larry.
Working out here on the Roval, I've got pit stops happening. Ty Marasco in the pits. Patrick Cowgill in the pits. He's out of the pits.
Nick Okier in the pits. And they kind of have had to because they've walloped those cars.
Nick Okia in for an extended pit stop. He's in past another minute. Doug Thompson made a stop. I think Patrick Calgill, by my calculations here, has put it on the hauler.
He just put it on the hauler. Now, these guys are running a 50% fuel fill, so they've got half their fuel tank blocked off. Unlimited tire sets, and they do have one backup car that they can go to.
One fast repair, ladies and gentlemen, as we call it in iRacing.
And the lead that Baumgarten had, which was at one point 3 seconds over his teammate Mark Arthur, is now down to 1.75 seconds.
Yeah, taking a look, it is actually, it's a lot closer than that. We have 0.4 of a second between Mark Arthur running second place to Sam Baumgarten in the lead. Sam must have had a bobble, and Mark just ate up some track, and he is right on that back bumper going through the chicane.
Well, the left side of that Michael Falk Racing Designs number 53 doesn't look the healthiest. The right side definitely doesn't look the healthiest. So I'm thinking Sam hit a wall somewhere.
Yeah, he has had a meeting of the mind with a wall, and not one side, but two, because we are not just right-handers, we are left-handers. Whole different philosophy of setting these cars up, and look at the gap between these two right now. Not very much.
About a half car length separate the tail. But they have a 10-second lead over Dalton Kilroe, who has a 13-second lead over the boss Tex Perry.
Working,
and here we go, battle for the lead.
Yep, Mark Arthur, how many times? Oh! Sam maybe getting a slowdown there off of cutting that chicane a little bit, hard on the brakes, trying to outbrake him. Did not quite work. No slowdown as these two are swapping it back and forth.
No.
Mark Arthur having a bit of a connection issue.
So Tanner Marr and Patrick Calgill have both put it on the hauler.
You know, running one lap down, I'm showing he's running the Virginia Tech colors, man. Hoot Baker out there in the 82. Bringing it around the Roval. First car one lap down, holding down a respectable 7th place. And I don't care who you are, folks, in this league, and I don't care how many cars are on the track. Only 10 on the track right now. Holding 7th with this bunch, very respectable.
Oh, absolutely, especially when you've got guys like Ty Marasco and you got Nick Okier, and you've got Tim Bills, who just got into this session late but still got in. The fact that yes, Hoot has a little bit of damage on the left front fender and is about to have a little bit more
as he decides to mow the lawn over there.
And that's what I was talking about, where that was right where the track crests, and you've got to have the car aimed before you get to that crest, because you have zero grip on the tires as soon as you get to the crest.
As soon as you get over that crest, the suspension does what we call unload on you. Tony, you're the suspension expert. Describe unloading.
Think about it when you were a kid and your dad threw you up into the air and then caught you. The track just threw Hoot's car up into the air, and the grass caught him. That's the easiest way I can describe what happened there.
Yeah. Going back to our lead battle, Mark Arthur, he is out in front, starting to leg it out just a little bit. I show him 9/10 of a second ahead of our second place machine, Sam Baumgarten. These guys are 12 seconds out on the field, but working the 11th lap on this tank of Go Fast. I did not get a chance to ask the drivers pre-race how many laps you think they can put on a tank of Go Fast, and would you want a short pit for tires before you ran it out of fuel?
I think if you're Sam Baumgarten and Tex Kilroe and Dalton Kilroe and Tex Perry and Kevin O'Brien and anybody else who's not a second to the good over the rest of the field, yeah, I'm gonna want to stop the bleeding as quickly as I can.
Well, The lap time fall off. I'm watching Sam Baumgarten go around. He got the lead back from Mark Arthur. Mark Arthur getting it off track, having to take a slowdown. Sam Baumgarten taking the lead from him. Out by a second and a half, but the best lap that he's put out there so far for Sam Baumgarten, your leader, was a minute 20. He's turning 123s right now. 3 seconds per fall off from the first lap to the 12th lap. That's a lot.
It is a lot, but the thing is, you've got to remember this track, it's a relatively fresh pave, which means that they're essentially running their knuckles across sandpaper. This track is very abrasive right now because it hasn't worn in like your Michigans and, your Watkins Glens and places where, they get a good winter and let the thing settle as Baumgarten bangs the wall just before going back out onto the quad oval. This track needs time to wear in, and they only use that Roval once a year. Whereas they use the rest of the track for, street stock racing. They use it for the Cup cars. They use it for the Xfinity cars. They use it for the trucks. He sees a lot more action out on that quad oval portion, so it's not quite as abrasive. But that infield section, forget about it.
Now, taking a look back through the field right now. Sam Baumgarten, your leader. Mark Arthur rolling at second place. Dalton Kilrow rolling third. Tex Perry fourth, followed by Kevin O'Brien in fifth. You got to go back a long way to find Doug Thompson, and then one lap down, first car lap down, that'd be the seventh place machine, the number 9 of Nick Okia, followed by 82 of Hoot Baker, and then Ty Marasco, as looks to be the last car running on the track. 9 cars running on the track. Patrick Calgill, Tim Bills, and Tanner Marr having all put it on the hauler.
And Doug Thompson is in extreme danger of going a lap down, because if you take a look at where the leaders are, that's Thompson on the apron, and there go your leaders.
Yep. One lap down, Doug Thompson took another one off. Next one on the hit list for the leaders will be the 84 machine running in 5th place of Kevin O'Brien.
As the leaders, lockup for Baumgarten. He tried to outbrake his teammate. These guys are just having fun racing with each other.
Yeah.
I think they kind of forgot that everybody else is here right now.
No kidding. We got one heck of a battle. Tim, the boss, Tex Perry, getting around Nick Okia. Nick Okia, who happens to be a lap down, not giving that spot up, but holy crap. Look who's making a charge towards that front. That's the boss, Tex Perry, rolling in 4th. Dalton Kilrow 3rd. Then you got a long way up, Sam Baumgarten in 2nd, and he's got his sights set on the back of that pink bumper of the number 12 Hello Kitty machine, Mark Arthur.
Well, they were side by side going into the backstretch chicane, and Baumgarten had a little bit of a lockup, and that let Mark Arthur get the advantage because Sam Baumgarten missed the turn.
Well, we have seen those two swap it back and forth a few times.
Now, Byron, just so you know, I did put a camera just outside of Sam's left front wheel well. If we could watch the suspension travel for a lap on that car, you can really see what goes on with trying to get a lap done here as far as what that car is doing dynamically.
Well, taking a look at that left front wheel, gone to that camera shop, the number 2 machine, the number 53 machine of Sam Baumgarten running in 2nd spot, 155 mile an hour as he brings it to the chicane. And yes, you can see that wheel up and down, and you see the travel going over that turtle, well, what we call a turtle, and you see how much travel he has as he gets on and off the brakes, on and off the throttle. You can just see the back. He's setting that front end with his brake pedal by the looks of it.
And you can watch as he crests the hill that just by pit exit. You saw the car unload in the front, got a little light in the nose. They're getting ready to come up right now to that crest that I was talking about. You've got to have the car pointed. Watch how much this wheel falls.
Woo! Big time.
Head. Not that you'd want to, but you could.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw a visual definition of the word unloading in suspension.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I was talking about when I said that it's like when your dad threw you up in the air as a kid. That's basically what that entire car is feeling. It's the earth just falls away from you and you've got nothing.
Man, to be honest with you, that left front tire looks a little whipped. You know, when he made that turn, you can see the tread patch on that thing. You can see the tread. I'm loving the graphics rendering on iRacing. They have done such a great job of modeling. You can see the striations on that tire and the wear on it as he turns it. You can see it wears in, wears out. It looks just like an F1 tire when they first put them on.
And we've got to be getting close to green flag stops here. You know, it's a 2.25 mile, 12-turn road course inside of the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And these guys only have a 50% fuel fill, so as much as they're on and off and on and off and on and off the gas, you know, with 700 horsepower on tap, they've got to be getting close to needing to get 4 fresh Mr. Feelgoods and a can of Go Fast.
Well, you know what? The top 5 cars, all on the lead lap, top 5 cars have yet to see pit road, and they're working lap 16 of 67 tonight. This is kind of going by a little quick. No cautions out here in the Roval, and someone gets it turned around. There's not going to be a caution the way that iRacing sets this up. Tony, did you get a chance to see the actual Xfinity race today that took place on the Roval?
I try not to.
Well, let me tell you, if I had to describe the race in one word, that would be wet. Is Sam Baumgarten, pit side.
All right, so Baumgarten trying the undercut on his teammate who is still out there working lap 17, so 16 of 67 in the books. And Baumgarten, the first of the top 5 to blink.
Let's see how long Baumgarten keeps it in the pits. Brings her to pit lane. Tires going on. Fuel going in. Left side's on. Or right side's on. Left side's going on. 14.7 second pit stop. 4 tires and a full tank of Go Fast.
And that's about right for, you know, a good crew. You know, everybody keeps asking me, you know, did you see the race? Did you see the race? No, I didn't. Mostly because A, I don't own a TV, and B, where I live, they watch the murder mystery shows where they basically instruct you how to kill somebody and get away with it.
Well, let me give you an example. It was a pouring bloody murder. Huge puddles on the road. They put the rain tires on it with the windshield wipers, and they ran that race, which they'll do for the Cup race tomorrow. But what I did take away from that, in the rain, was there was a tweet put out by iRacing a little later on in the day.
That's coming.
Rain is coming, ladies and gentlemen. As your Dalton Kilroe, second place machine, brings it in. Mark Arthur is in the pits. Dalton Kilroe brings it pit side. So everybody has taken their pit side down. No, the boss, Tex Perry, still out there. We're going to have to wait till green flag stops are over and see where this all cycles out, because it is getting jumbled up.
And just looped it going onto the infield road course section.
That was Sam Baumgarten looped it.
Yeah, and OKA just got by him to get his lap back the hard way. Here's my only concern with iRacing bringing rain to the forecast for possible races. I know people who have a hard enough time driving on dry pavement in this simulator.
probably going to be me after this is over. I'm watching them go around this roll, and I'm thinking, I could do that. Yeah, no, I can't. No, I can't.
Yes, you can drive Sonoma decently. No.
This Roval's a whole different beast than Sonoma. Sonoma, actually, if you can drive Sonoma, you can drive pretty much any road course. That is so technical at Sonoma. But this is a whole different animal, and I'm thinking, I ain't had no practice on it. Yeah, I could do this. I could go out there, watch my I-rating and safety rating tumble.
I was going to say, says the guy that at Spa, in a car that has all of the downforce, put the car on its lid.
It was not my fault, and you saw that.
We're joking, ladies and gentlemen, because during the 24 hours of Spa, Byron was in the car. I was spotting for him. All of a sudden, Byron disappears from my screen. I go, Byron, where'd you? Oh, crap.
You heard me shouting, I'm on my lid.
Yeah, and that's when he reappeared on my screen, and I look and after we had led the first 5 hours of the event.
Back in the lead, Mark Arthur. Okay, pit stops have all cycled out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put the interval up there. Take a look at this. Here's your race intervals. Mark Arthur, he's your leader. You go 10 seconds back to the second place machine of Sam Baumgarten. You got to go another 18 seconds back to the third place machine of Dalton Kilrow. Another 25 seconds back to the fourth place machine, the boss, Tex Perry. And then you got to go back another 39 seconds to your fifth place running. First car a lap down, Kevin O'Brien rounding out the top 5.
So here's what I was doing for high-powered Gazentas. As far as, to the best of my knowledge, the way the point standings work here, Tex has to finish 4 spots ahead of Kevin O'Brien.
Tex is 1 spot ahead, but he's 1 lap ahead.
Right, but he's got to finish scoring-wise 4 positions ahead to get the needed points to make it into the round of 8.
Kevin O'Brien getting her loose coming off the infield corner there, but gathers it back up, gets it back under power. He has got Nick Okia right all over his bumper. Closest battle on the track. Nick Okia coming up on the back of Kevin O'Brien.
And if you're Tex Perry, you're cheering for Nick Okia right now.
Hand that to Nick Okia. Kevin O'Brien getting it all sideways coming out onto the oval. Up onto the banking, we'll put it that way.
And probably cold tires to blame for that one.
Yeah, Kevin O'Brien, only 1 lap on that stint. Yeah, he was just in the pits.
So, still does not have those the tires on that Sunoco Race Fuels number 84 up to temperature yet.
Bringing it in for his first pit stop of the night, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hoot Baker.
Okay, so that answers that question. You can go 19 laps on a can of Go Fast here.
I really don't know about that, but you know what? My timing and scoring is showing that's his first time to pit lane.
Then you can go 19 laps on a can of Go Fast here.
Well, 19 laps is what you got. We're working lap 21. The leaders are anyway. Lap 21 is 67. About a third of the way there.
So, while we have a brief lull in the action here, now would be a great time, ladies and gentlemen, to visit our Teespring store, which you can find the link in the video description below, where you can get your short sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, sweatshirts, throw pillows, coffee mugs, and the all-important ESPN face mask. And we do have a new line of apparel. I love when my wife lets me watch ESPN. And in big letters it says, I love my wife. And in little tiny letters it says, when I love, in tiny letters, when my wife.
I love when my wife lets me.
Lets me watch ESPN. So, show your support. Again, that's a Teespring store. Just give a search for ESPN because the idiot that set the streams up tonight didn't put the links in the video description.
Gee, I wonder what idiot that was.
I don't know, some asshole that keeps painting your race cars. Anyways, and while we're thinking of it, folks, being as we are in the home of NASCAR, the spiritual home, where just about I'd say 90% of the teams that run week in and week out are located within an hour's drive of the greater Charlotte Metroplex. In the chat, I want to know, what is your favorite Cup car ever?
Paint job wise?
No, just favorite Cup car. Paint doesn't have to be a paint job, but you just give us the team that you've always rooted for all your life. You can give us the driver, if they've driven for the entire, one team their entire life, or you can say, I loved it when the Silver Fox drove for the Wood Brothers back in the 70s. Something along those lines. Me personally, I loved when the Silver Fox drove for the Wood Brothers back in the 70s.
For me, the first thing that comes to my mind, the Kodak machine and the Texaco machine for
Ernie Irvin?
Swervin' Irvin. I don't know what it was. Well, maybe because he was a local guy for us. Me coming from California, Swervin' Irvin being from Modesto, California, working, his way into NASCAR.
My personal favorite car ever was the Folgers number 25 that Tim Richmond drove. And I'll tell you why. Because Tim came from Super Modifieds. And if you think about the movie Days of Thunder, that was actually loosely based on Tim's career. They changed it from Super Modifieds to sprint cars because in the test audience, nobody knew what the hell a Super Modified was. So it became sprint cars. But basically, that movie was based on Tim. And the fact that he came from the short tracks. He came up the hard way, driving cars that had way too much horsepower for the weight that they were, and how they had to calm him down when he got behind the wheel. I'll give you another good car. Personal opinion, I've always been a fan of the Aero Wars, and when I say Aero Wars, I'm not talking about the Thunder Chicken and the Lumina. I'm talking going back further than that, in the 70s, 69, 70, when Ford had the Torino Talladega and Dodge had the Charger Daytona. Those are some great cars back then. And then you've also got the car that Bobby Allison won the Daytona 500 over his son Davey, driving, of all things, a Buick.
Yeah.
Let me say that again, ladies and gentlemen. A Buick.
Your
grandfather's car at one point won the Daytona 500.
Speaking of Tim Richmond, another California guy. He was a California guy, wasn't he?
Transplant, but yeah.
Yeah, well, they recently did an interview with Jimmy Johnson because how he's retiring at the end of this year. And Jimmy, it was kind of neat to see inside his house, what he's got on the wall, what he's got in his thing. You can see a Daytona 500 trophy. You can see this or that. The infamous Winston Cup picture with Tim Rittman is in Jimmy Johnson's office.
Are you talking about the infamous one where I think
the infamous one? Yes.
The one that has to do with Neil Bonnet's ear?
Yes,
Okay.
that particular one.
Those of you who know what we're talking about, just keep it to yourselves because we want to keep this PG, but just know that Neil Bonnet was the brunt of a joke at one point. I believe it was going into the Winston. Tim Richmond had some fun.
Yeah, but 20,000+ copies of this photo were printed and sent out in distribution nationwide before they found out what had happened.
That is finger? No.
No, that's not a finger. I have a photo of it. There's a restaurant in Charlotte, just outside of Charlotte. The place called Lancaster's. It's outside of Statesville. Good friend of mine who drives in this league. We haven't seen him here for a while. James Grumpy Buns. I stop and have dinner with him every now and then. We go down to Lancaster's, which is basically where all the crew members and all the drivers and people from the NASCAR teams go to have lunch because it's central, right where all the shops are by Mooresville. And that picture's hanging on the wall. So yes, I went and snapped some photos. I have them.
So you took a picture of the picture?
I took a picture of the picture of the picture. Want me to send it to you?
You already did. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, getting back to what we were originally discussing. In the chat, live chat, go ahead. Your favorite car, driver, and sponsor combination throughout the history of NASCAR. I know that we've got some newer NASCAR fans. We won't hold that against you. But especially those of you who followed NASCAR for, since the 80s or since the 70s or however long you followed NASCAR, go ahead and put your favorite driver, car, sponsor combination. So we kind of know where you're thinking as far as, where your fan base lies.
Bigger evidence of a tad of a night. We'll have to see about this.
A lot of damage on the left front of the Virginia Tech Hokies number 82.
Take a look here. As he gets her real wide, takes a little bit of a loop there, a little bit of action, just loops it a little bit, didn't hit nothing.
Yeah, well, he just caught more airtime than a skateboard at the X Games, and I think he jammed on the binders because Sam Baumgarten locked him up going into the bus stop and did loop it. Well,
Sam Baumgarten just getting around Hoop Baker right now. Mark Arthur, 18-second lead. He's 18 seconds, then 34 back to third place, another 25 back to fourth place, another minute back to fifth place. Closest battle I've got on the track right now, ladies and gentlemen, that would be Kevin O'Brien. 6 seconds separation over Nick Okia, 5th and 6th.
And O'Brien doing everything he can to try to stay in the top 5 to make sure he moves on to the round of 8. And that takes place next week, I believe, at Kansas. The last time we were at Kansas, it was for the Dorothy's Got the Rona 160.
Yeah, I wonder who came up with a name for that one.
Geez, I wonder who. But he lived in Marietta, Ohio.
Send your hate mail. That's Byron Rodney, P.O. Box, OU 812, Marietta, Ohio, 45750.
Anyways, there's Mark Arthur right now basically putting everybody on notice that if they want the championship, they're going to have to pry it from his cold, dead hands.
Yeah, Mark Arthur's got pretty much control of the whole thing. He's 20 seconds up on his teammate Samuel Baumgarten, who's had a few issues in the track. The boss, Tex Perry, let's see what we can have, what happened there. As he... Boss coming up on the oval, headed for the back straight chicane.
Just tried to, looks like he just tried to get on the power too
Get
quick.
on the power too soon. Was able to keep it off the wall, no damage there, and get back out on the track, and he still holds his 4th place position.
However, he is now the first car 1 lap down. So that's definitely not helping his cause.
38-second gap to the car in front of him, which is Dalton Kilrow.
Right. As Mark Arthur coming up to put another lap on Doug Thompson. Thompson currently sitting in 7th. On the same relative lap as Ty Marasco and Kevin O'Brien.
Kevin O'Brien looping it.
And Nick Okier.
Kevin O'Brien taking a bit of a ride there. Take a look and see what happened on that.
Like he caught one of the turtles just a little too much.
Oh, it looked like he did not get to the left-hand side of that corner. No, he didn't loop it. He just took the whole wrong angle and just could not make that right-hand turn coming out of that chicane. Got on the binders and got to stop before he got her nose to the wall.
That chicane is deceptive.
Yes, it is.
You know, that's the one thing I have noticed is that chicane and the one on the front stretch, they're both very deceptive corners.
Well, let's watch Dalton Kilrow come through that same chicane. See, he brings it right to the turtles there on the left-hand side, the right-hand side. He lets that car drift through there. When Nick Okia did it, he was just way, way off kilter, just had no choice but to lock her down.
Sometimes that's the safest way to go.
Oh, it looks like Dalton Kilrow back to some connection issues a little bit. No, he's back now.
A lot of damage, though, on the nose of that Dr. Squash number 41.
Yeah. Mark Arthur putting another lap on the boss, Tex Perry, or putting a lap on the boss, Tex Perry just now. So 3 cars left on the lead lap. But take a look at that. The boss ain't letting Mark get away too easily.
I don't think he's going to have much say in the matter here for about another 10 seconds.
Now, Nick Okia, 5th place running machine, he brought it pit side 5 laps ago, running a whole different pit strategy than everyone else. Ty Marasco, he's been in the pits 4 laps ago. Hoot Baker 9 laps ago. Hoot's only been in once. 2nd pit stop happened for Ty Marasco. 2nd pit stop happened for Doug Thompson. And Nick Okia. But the leaders out there, look for the leaders to Mark Arthur and Sam Baumgarten to bring her pit side here in the next probably, what, 3 to 4 laps?
I would say 7 to 8.
Well, I'm showing there 14 laps on the stint. We figured, what, 19?
Roughly, 19 to 20.
19, 20. Oh. Not picking them up and putting them down as fast as they used to. I'm looking at lap times, 4-second fall off from their fast laps when they get a lot of laps on these tires. But Sam Baumgarten has cut into that lead of Mark Arthur's a little bit. It used to be a 20-second gap. We're down to 12 and a half.
Well, that's because Mark Arthur had a bobble. That's why Tex Perry got by him.
Aha.
You look right there, that's 3 seconds faster for Mark Arthur that last lap than he was the previous lap. So he's
got the fastest lap times on the track right now.
He is definitely not resting. And Kevin O'Brien doing the nice thing, moving over. But yeah, that knoll that Arthur's going over right there, that's giving everybody a headache. Same with that one that leads into a concrete barrier if you don't get it right.
Right, but I don't want to talk too much about it, but in VR, if you're riding on this track in VR and you're not used to it, welcome to motion sickness, ladies and gentlemen. The infield portion of this track will make you sick.
Now, I've been on the infield portion of this track numerous times because a group I used to run with did some challenge, air quote, challenge mode stuff on the infield road course. And we did some really wild stuff. But it's not the easiest portion to get around. That's for sure.
No, it's not.
And the way that they, since the last time I was at this track on a road course variant, the fact that they changed the way that you go into turn one, the fact that they, added, they didn't add the wall, but they've painted it now. You don't just come out of pit road and directly into the racing line like you used to. It's like, oh no.
No.
Somebody pit starts and just T-bones whoever is, running in 16th place in a 20-car field.
Well, cross flags in the air. Working lap 34, 67, we're halfway home. Mark Arthur, command of the field. Taking a look at it, Mark Arthur out in front, Sam Baumgarten second, Dalton Kilrow running third, Tex Perry fourth, rounding out the top five, Nick Okia.
And Kevin O'Brien just needs to stay ahead of Doug Thompson and Ty Marasco, and he should be moving on to the Elite Eight. Tex Perry needs Dalton Kilrow and Sam Baumgarten both to have problems, and your leader is in.
Leader bringing her to pit road. That leaves the only couple of cars on the lead. Well, only car on the lead lap that hasn't come in yet. That would be the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. Still holding her out there. We'll see when he brings her in. The boss, Tex Perry's still out there. And Kevin O'Brien working it. Doug Thompson and Hoot Baker on long runs as well.
And while we're thinking about it, you can see the wall here at Charlotte painted pink for October. ESPN is also going pink this month in honor of breast cancer awareness, as well as we are going purple as well for domestic violence awareness.
Yeah, two worthy causes. We change the logo for them every month. And two worthy things that you need to look into. If there's a local charity that supports breast cancer and local charity supports domestic violence, we highly recommend that you, every little bit helps. Do what you can to help.
And if you're in a situation where you are currently a victim of domestic violence and you just can't take it anymore, and you can't get away from your oppressor, pick up the phone, dial 911, and order a pizza.
Yep.
As weird as that sounds, if you call 911 and give them your address and tell them you want to order a large cheese pizza with pepperoni, they'll send an officer there to make sure that you're okay.
Boss, Tex Perry, last one to bring her in pit side of your leaders. Taking a look at his pit time right now. 14.6 second stop for 4 Dr. Feelgoods and a tank of Go Fast. Not too bad for the 85 pit crew.
Yeah, them boys were getting it done there.
Well, looking back to the front of the field, now the green flag stops have been handled. Mark Arthur still out in the lead.
Only 10 seconds to the good right now, though, over Sam Baumgarten.
Yeah. Who's got a 41-second gap over Dalton Kilroe.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is quite the lot. Who's got another 41 seconds over your fourth place machine? The boss, Tex Perry. Who's got another 24 over the number 9 machine, Nick Okia. You know, Pat, I think, Tony, I think it's safe to say that we're going to spread all over the track.
Yeah, right now the field is more strung out than a methadone clinic, but yeah, they're, you can see the guys that are the road course ringers and the guys that aren't the road course ringers.
And the guy that's out in front that's everywhere we go ringer.
An alien. Yeah, I dare say that I'm actually kind of surprised that Mark Arthur doesn't have black stripes on his bumper, and what I mean by that, in the iRacing community, red means you're a rookie. Orange means you're a D-class license. Yellow means you're a C-class license.
Talk to him, I'll be right back.
Green means you're a B-class license, and blue means you're an A-class license, which is generally the highest license that you can get. However, there's also, on top of that, what we call the Black Bumper Brigade. Those are drivers who have just proven themselves time and time again that they are some of the best of the best, and it's basically iRacing's version of a pro class license. FIA kind of standards is what they follow. I'm really surprised that Mark Arthur is not a member of the Black Bumper Brigade, to be honest with you. And and joining us now, the driver of the number 82 Virginia Tech Pokemobile, our very own Mr. Hoot Baker. Hoot, how you feeling, bud? Because I heard you weren't feeling 100% when the green flag came out, and said you were going to tell us out about as far as you can. How you feeling?
We're getting along, man. Just got out of that car and wiping the sweat off my forehead, brother. It's a little tough down there tonight.
Well, you hung it out there. You kept it out. You're going to come home with a top 10 regardless, no matter what, in the 9th position. Because Patrick Calgill, Tim Bills, and Tanner Marr have taken it to the hauler and put her. Matter of fact, I don't even see the hauler in the infield.
Yeah, it was just going to be a little rougher. Like I said, I think I needed a P5 tonight to even stay in the chase there. And man, it was just really wearing me out there. And I got to be kind of a hazard out there. So, sometimes you just got to discretion better part of valor, right?
Yeah, well, running your P5 currently, that is number 9 machine, Nick Okia. Second car, 1 lap down, 27 seconds off the back bumper of the boss, Tex Perry.
And I would like to point out that Kevin O'Brien just took a pit side and dropped to 8th. He's currently in the pits. And he just put it on the hauler.
Being Mr. Hoot Baker has not put it on the hauler yet. If he got out there and turned 4 more laps and then put it on the hauler, guess who'd take over the 8th position?
That would put Tex Perry in the field for the Elite 8.
So if Hoot's in control of Tex Perry's destiny, huh?
You tell me I need to get out there to help Tex, or?
if you're going to help Tex, you need to get out there, by my calculations, turn about 5 laps.
That's the math I've got.
All right, let's go get her done.
You got it, folks. There you go. That's Hoot Baker getting back in the car, helping out his buddy, the boss, Tex Perry. Oh, that's going to break Kevin O'Brien's heart.
It is. Because right now...
Is he going to kick us in the ding-ding for being the ones that come up with this, harebrained idea?
No, he can kick you in the ding-ding for suggesting it to Hoot.
You were the one that told me about it.
All I said was he was putting it on the hauler.
He don't want to hurt his foot. Hit the smaller ding-ding. Go after Tony.
No, because you got a wheelchair in the way with me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Sorry, Tammy. No more... no more fun for you.
Doug Thompson taking a bit of a ride. Let's see if we can take a look at that one, man. Let me back that up 1 minute. Doug Thompson in the chicane. Okay, there's turtles, and then there's
those are grass knolls.
Yeah. Take a watch of this. How he kept the front end on that thing without digging out a huge divot of grass is beyond me.
That's Doug's Lawnscaping Service. You can find him at 1313 Mockingbird Lane, Anytown, USA.
Back up at the front of the field, Mark Arthur, he's just got them all covered, 100%. 15-second gap to second place teammate Sam Baumgarten. And another 42 back to Dalton.
We're 30 to go, and if Mark Arthur can keep up this pace and not step on his own junk.
Taking a look at that 82 machine. Hoot Baker out there, going to turn those 5 laps. It's going to help the boss, Tex Perry. Now, that, mind you, is a 30-second gap between the boss, Tex Perry, and the 5th place machine of Nick Okia, who are both on the same lap. So Hoot's doing everything he can to help the boss, but you know what? The boss still needs a little bit of help by staying ahead of Nick Okia and Ty Marasco. Well, Ty Marasco's 2 laps down. Nick Okia is on the same lap.
Yeah, but for how much longer? Well, there you saw Mark Arthur flash by Nick Okie as Arthur was coming off the quad oval and Okie is going back onto it.
Just a driving clinic going on tonight from the number 12 machine of Mark Arthur.
As Okie has to do a little bit of driving going into that bus stop chicane on the back straightaway. Caught one of the turtles a little too much, kicked the back end around. He was able to get it collected back up and back underway. Not going to help his cause, though, a lot, is there's about a half a lap between Okie and Perry.
Yeah, and Tex seems to be legging it out a bit more because I'm showing what used to be 30 seconds, now a 31-second deficit.
Well, if you take a look at their last lap times, Tex Perry 123.826, Nick Okie 125.544.
Hey, you want to talk about lap times? You know, we carry NASCOM Saturday night here. You know, I'm out on the road in my real life job. Let's talk about what happened this past Wednesday at the opening race for the Sim Racers Edge League, open wheel, IR-18 cars. Guys ran at Auto Club Speedway. Tony, tell them about what happened at the finish.
Well, what initially we thought happened was iRacing was going to give... the way iRacing timing and scoring presented it to us was that this guy won, this guy finished second. And then you took a look at the timing and scoring post-race. There was a tie for first. It was a dead heat. iRacing scored them identical. It's just in-sim timing and scoring said this guy's first, this guy's second. Post-race, we're looking at it going, wait, what the hell? First race of Sim Racer's Edge, a dead heat.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, our timing and scoring gives us, our timing and scoring gives us three numbers past the decimal point. 0.000. You got to get out to, what did you say, the fourth or fifth?
They went to the fifth and just said, F it, you guys tied.
Yeah, I hope you guys sent that one to iRacing.
iRacing knows about it.
They do?
Yeah, because they wanted to know, the league management wanted to know what was going on,
Who
because
won?
they uploaded the results into Dan Lisa, which, for those of you who don't know what Dan Lisa is, it's a service that a lot of leagues use to keep track of points. Well, when you upload the results, it automatically gives you points. There's a tie for first in points. So, league management, not knowing what to do, sent it along to iRacing, and iRacing went, yeah, we stopped counting after the fifth decimal point. They were dead even at the line. It was a dead heat in an Indy car.
I hope iRacing gives that down their top 10. Alrighty, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Green flag stops Nick Okia. First one to bite brings her in. Well, no, first one to bite was Ty Marasco. Well, he could have said, 8 or 9 laps out there. We've been flapping our gums a bit. We missed a whole set. Well, no, we didn't miss a whole set.
No, we didn't.
No, Nick Okia is just on a whole. Ty Marasco is just on a whole different pit strategy than everybody.
Well, he kind of had to be, because he really bent up that Michael Falk Racing Designs #1 early on in this event.
Yeah, he did. But it is a pretty sharp. That almost reminds me of old Exxon colors, the way he's got that paint scheme. Exxon colors, I mean shades of Days of Thunder.
No,
Rowdy's paint job.
No. It actually harkens back to, I believe it was the Snickers paint scheme.
Well, of course, my trading paints could be suspect, because we've already determined that by the difference that you see in the number 12 versus what I see in the number 12.
Well, do you see it black and orange and white?
Who, Ty Marasco? No, I don't. I see it, yeah, I do.
Black and white with an orange stripe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's shades of a, I believe there was a Snickers paint scheme painted like that. Let me, double check here. We're going back a ways too, like Jerry Need, who drove the car.
Oh wow, we are going back a ways.
I think it was.
3 cars on your lead lap so far, are working right now. That would be Mark Arthur in the first position, Sam Baumgarten holding it down in the second, 19 seconds behind your leader, Mark Arthur. You got to go another 45 seconds back before you get to your third place machine of Dalton Kilrow. Now, that is all that is running on the lead lap right now, ladies and gentlemen. First car lap down, 4th place, Tex the Boss Perry. And Hoot Baker, he's done it. He has moved ahead of Kevin O'Brien. And that's pretty much, if things stay status quo, and the boss, Tex Perry, keeps her on the track ahead of, who do you have to be ahead of? Nick Okia? Well, he's got a minute 2 over Nick Okia right now. Tex the Boss Perry, actually, Nick's 2 laps down. The boss is 1 lap down. Tex Perry looks like he's going to drive his way into the next round.
Yes, he does. And I stand corrected. It was the Terry Labonte Skull Bandit 1990 Oldsmobile car.
Skull Bandit ran black and white colors, not the green?
Oh, it was Skull Classic.
Oh, gotcha.
It wasn't the Skull. It wasn't the Bandit.
The boss hitting the wall hard coming off the infield corner. Pancaking the right side of that car.
Hopefully, he still has his fast repair left.
Yeah, hopefully, because he's got 20 laps left to go in this thing. The gap between him and Nick Okia holding steady at a minute.
as Perry going into NASCAR 3 and Okie just going onto the road course. So Hoot Baker just took over 8th place from Kevin O'Brien.
And Hoot has taken her back pit side. Hoot did everything he can to help the boss, Tex Perry. If things stay status quo, Hoot doing what he did is going to help the boss work his way into the next round. But you know what? What was over a minute plus gap between the boss, Tex Perry, and Nick Okia is now down to 57 seconds.
Well, there's the boss going into the uphill on the road course. Okie just going through the bus stop there.
And the boss has got the number one machine of Ty Marasco all over his rear bumper at the moment. But Ty, one lap down to Tex Perry.
Right. So that's not a battle for position. So Tex is just going to let him go and just see ya. I'm not going to hold you up. Don't hold me up.
Welcoming back to the booth, the driver of the number 82 Virginia Tech car, Hoot Baker, doing everything he can for King of Country, helping out the boss, Tex Perry. Good job, Hoot.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I went and I ran back down there and jumped in the car, and I think one of the crew members threw a damn tire in at me. They didn't know what was going on, so they're not happy. But if it helps out a little bit, I'm more than happy to do it.
That's all right. Did you bring the taco truck? Can you feed them at least and make them happy?
No, I didn't bring it down here, man. Like I said, I didn't think I was gonna put it on the track there, so I kind of held them back.
Damn it! I need me some Hoot taco. Hey, Tony, I know you did one before, but you know what? We need to run some more Hoot taco truck paint jobs.
I don't recall ever doing a paint job.
Didn't you make a Hoot Baker taco truck paint job?
No, I just did a sponsor logo for. Paskowicz Truck Series events. Front suspension out of that number one car.
Whoa, I just took a huge internet lag.
Looking back at Ty, people can see that.
He just walloped the wall, and he is having some problems getting through the right-handers now.
Who, Tex?
No, Ty Marasco just narrowed that car up by about 2 feet. And had to have damaged the right front suspension on that number one Michael Falk Racing Designs car.
Let's see if we can get a picture of a look at the right front suspension on that thing. And yeah, that tire looks to be hanging out there a little bit there, Tony.
Yeah, coming over the hill, he tried to turn it in, and unfortunately, the car basically gave him the middle finger.
Watching the suspension travel on that thing, but I just can't believe how much weight transfer is going on this thing.
Well, I do have, well, let me rephrase that. I had a camera on the left, or the right front of Ty Marasco's car. Let's see if it's still there.
Well, let's see. Ty Marasco, right front of the car. Yeah, we've got to focus on it.
You know, I was up in the channel there, we were discussing earlier that races, man, they're just mentally tough.
Ty. That's an expensive GoPro, my friend.
These races are mentally tough on them. It's so hard to get out there and do it lap after lap. And it's just hard to break into those turns.
You know, we were talking about it a little earlier while you were out on the track, and I was thinking, I'm watching these guys go around the roll thinking, oh, hell, I can do this. I think I'm going to run me an official or two after this is over with. Tony's telling me, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You ain't going to be able to do it. Don't do it.
It's not that I don't think you can do it. It's just I know how competitive you get. And the second one car passes you, you're going to try to pass them back. You're going to forget that there is a drop-off that's about to happen. And you're going to wad the car, and then we have to piece it back onto the hauler. And I'm sorry, that's not the easiest thing to do when I'm in a wheelchair. And I will not be helping you piece the car back onto the race hauler.
So in other words, I'm hearing you're not going to spot me tonight.
Not only no, but hell no.
Gotcha.
Not if you're doing a Roval. Like I said, this is just a tough. And some people have got it down in here, man. These guys, up in the lead, they're driving it like they own it. But for a lot of us, it's just, man, it's really rough. It's just mentally wearing. And that's if you can even figure it out to begin with. If you're kind of half-assed going in, it's just more mentally tough on you to begin with.
Well, this is definitely not the easiest track for you to make your return at, being as this is an open setup league, and let's face it, the iRacing baseline setups leave something to be desired.
That is correct. And I actually had a couple of setups from last year that I tried in here, and I couldn't get any adjustments that I knew to do to make them pass. So that tells you how much they've changed them.
Yeah, that's because the tire model has changed. They changed the shock limiters on bump and on rebound and compression. They've changed a lot to the suspension of a lot of the cars and setups that you had even 2 seasons ago. And when I say that in iRacing, they run 4 seasons a year. Currently, we are in. Hang on to our Nick Okier.
Well, Nick Okier looping it right there in the chicane, but not to hold you out. Well, the first one to blink on the leaders for pit stop, Sam Baumgarten came in the pit a lap earlier than Mark Arthur did. Mark Arthur in the pit now.
Yep, I see him coming in. Let's see.
Sam Baumgarten out on the track now.
Well, we're within the point of you can make it from here.
Mark's taking tires.
You kind of have to.
You kind of have to, because his last lap was a minute. He was about a minute and 25 versus his fresh tire lap at about a minute 19.
Well, that's tires and gas, and he's gone.
Yeah, Mark Arthur, 15. That's a bit of a slow stop, 15.2. He lost a second. Sam Baumgarten, 14.5 second stop in the pit to Mark Arthur's 15.2. Sam Baumgarten getting in and out quicker. Sam Baumgarten hitting the back straight chicane, turn 1 into the infield.
Mark Arthur's already going back out onto.
Yeah, Mark Arthur's 25 seconds out of Sam Baumgarten right now. Right at about this moment in time, I would say that it is.
Tex?
I don't know, but Tex, there's only a 16-second gap between him and Nick Okier. They are on the same lap. Tex is. We got a bit of a story within the story here, ladies and gentlemen. Tex has got to stay in front of the number 9 machine to make it into the playoffs.
Well, if you look at the left side of that car,
yeah, he's got problems up there in the right front. Yeah, front.
He
definitely
has hit something rather hard.
Let's see if I can find it.
Oh, I found it. Coming just before the uphill, Tex decided to try to cut some grass, but he had some damage before that, it looks like.
Yeah, now he's looking a little awkward running around there. I don't see any obvious tire damage or anything, but God only knows what's going on with that suspension.
Yeah, it looks like I can't get as far back to find out what happened to him, but yeah,
when Tex was coming into the infield section, he hit the concrete barrier at the end of pit road.
All right, take a look at your timing and scoring, ladies and gentlemen. I've got the boss, Tex Perry, in 4th place. Take a look at what is only, if I can get the gap in there. I don't have it on there.
What was half a track is now Sam Baumgarten can see Tex Perry. Tex Perry coming out of the chicane, Sam Baumgarten going into it. Nick Okier going into it.
The Tex is looking very slow and tentative with that car, so I don't know that the steering isn't messed up on it.
Well, go back a lap, and Tex is coming in to burn his fast repair. He has to. Go back a lap, Hoot, and take a look at what happened when Tex went into the infield, just past pit out.
Hey, Tex is going to have to burn that fast repair, but he is losing all sorts of time to Nick Okier right at the moment. Do you think it's just going to be Okay, we're in the pit.
He burned
Fast repair. Tires going on. He's doing everything he can to get the advantage. He has got. Oh my gosh, he is going to.
Still has to pit.
And Ty Marasco has gotten around Tex as well. Tex back to the 6th position.
Yeah, but both those guys still have to pit.
9 laps on this stint so far for Okia. Can he go 19 on a tank or go fast? You were in the race. You ought to be able to tell us that.
Oh, what's the question?
How many laps on the
How many laps on a tank of fuel?
If I recall, we were doing about 25.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right. Tex Perry may have just lost the playoffs, the round of 8.
That may have been more close to 20, but I want to say between 20 and 25. But yeah, I was just looking back at that hit that Tex took. He actually absorbed it pretty well on that left, but still, it was just hard enough to mess that left front up, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you could tell that car was not turning right the way that it should.
All right, he's got 14 seconds. He's got to make up on Ty Marasco, who's got a long way to go to Nick Okia.
And that's not helping matters.
No.
That won't help matters at all. Slow down.
Actually, right now, my racing app's up there. I'm still showing him ahead of Ty right now for some reason.
Nope, I've got Tex 14 seconds behind Ty Marasco right now.
There it is. Switch one.
So, Tex Perry has
you can tell by his driving style, he's frustrated as all hell.
Oh, yeah. And that's a given.
That's that mental aspect I was telling you about, man. Once it starts happening, you start thinking, and you get frustrated, and it's hard to get around, man.
Because he knew he had the next round of playoffs in his hands. It was his to lose, and oh my God, how much heartbreak have you got for Tex Perry right now?
That's one of those deals where, and now he's just overdriving the hell out of it. Who he'll listen to may want to go down there and possibly discuss that, and maybe try to calm him down a little bit.
Sir, I'm not going to do that. Up in that chat with his buddies. Oh, no, not frustrated. I am not doing that.
I don't blame you, because you know what? There's probably going to be some ding-ding kicking going on, because not that he's mad at it. Oh, as he locks him up, another, he's just trying too hard.
You really got to feel for him.
Well, Ty Marasco has brought it pit side. He's going to get that time back on Ty. So what he's got to do is hope he can get, smooth it out and catch Nick Okia. Ty Marasco is in the pits right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over until it's over. It was kind of over for me, and that's why I ducked out. But
as Tex Perry goes by Marasco.
What he needs to not do right now is not look at them racing apps if he's doing that, and just ignore it. Drive the freaking car, just like aircraft, man. Fly the aircraft.
Yeah, 40.8 second deficit. He's got a 41.2 second deficit. He's got to make up on the number 9 machine to drive his way into the playoffs. And he's got, 12 laps left to do it.
He's got to hope that Nick Okia steps on his own job. Which Okie's already done once tonight. If he does, and Okie's into the pits.
Nick Okia bringing it pit side. Okay, the boss has a great shot at catching it. Keeping my focus on the boss, Tex Perry, right now. I don't see Nick. Okay, Nick hitting his pit stall. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds. Okay, he's getting 4 tires and fuel. Nick Okia exiting the pits. But he's got to hold pit limit speed.
And Tex Perry coming through the final chicane right now. Oh,
come on, Tex.
Get it turned. Get it turned.
And there goes Ty Marasco right by him. So Tex has got to get by Ty Marasco.
uphill section on the infield.
Yeah, and Tex is just now coming to the uphill section of the infield. It is going to be a hard road to hoe for the boss, Tex Perry.
Well, it's still not over because, you know, Marasco is hungry. Okie doesn't really have anything to lose because he's safely into the round of 8 right now. And Marasco was eliminated 2 races ago. So those guys are just racing for pride right now.
Yeah.
Second deficit from Ty Marasco to the boss. Oh, God. Tex has got to be heartbroken.
Well, he's just
That answers that
there
question.
it is. Just error after error, and it, again, the mental thing. You start thinking about, oh, I just screwed that last turn up, and you're thinking about that. Next thing you're on the next turn. It's just, oh, it looks like he might be giving up.
And he got another slowdown.
He's slowing down for the.
Well,
yeah.
he cut the chicane.
Ooh, been there, done that. He's all right. He's taking it.
He's bringing her pit side again.
Is he calling it a night?
I got a feeling he's probably going to be calling it a night, knowing that he can't do any better than he's done.
Well, the thing is we still haven't seen what's going to happen when Marasco catches.
He should keep it out there. He's got 3 laps on Doug Thompson. Doug Thompson, who is in the pits for the past 2 minutes with a long pit repair.
Right, but here's the thing. It when Marasco catches Okie, there's no love lost between those two. I mean, last time we saw both of them on the track with each other, basically the body shop guys were pissed.
Looks like Texas calling it a night.
You hate to see that. You really hate to see that.
I don't know if he's calling it a night or he's heading back out to the track. He just wants some optional or required repairs done. He is going to keep that ahead of Doug Thompson. He is a lap deficit to Ty Marasco and Nick Okia. And he's got it's an 11-second deficit between from Nick Okia back to Marasco. And he's got to hope that those two can catch each other, get a bit of a battle going, and beat the hell out of each other.
He's got to hope they take each other out at this point.
I can only guess that Tex must have had some repairs that he absolutely had to have there.
Well, there's a good chance that when he hit that turtle going into the chicane and caught some air, that it did some suspension damage, and he got that dreaded meatball flag. And the reason they call it that, folks, it's a black flag with an orange dot in the center of it, and it looks like a meatball.
Yeah, because we had discussed earlier, you know, your optional repairs there, unless you got something wrong with that steering or that engine, the rest of it you can just discard that.
Yeah, only take the required when you're here.
Mark Arthur, his race to lose, 29 seconds up over his teammate Sam Baumgarten. Sam Baumgarten had the lead for a long time tonight. Just Mark Arthur just hammers and hammers and hammers away at you.
Not wrong.
47 seconds back from second to third place, Dalton Kilrow. Then you got to go a long way back.
Did you just lose Byron?
I am here.
He just couldn't finish, I thought.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, you know what? This is some brand new graphics I'm playing with, and I'm looking at stuff and playing with it and looking at it and playing with it, and I'm like,
playing with it.
Yeah.
Mark Arthur.
I waited for you to pick that one up.
Seconds to the good. And like I said, Constance, you've got to be proud of your boy right now. You know, he's just picking him up and laying him down here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway on the Roval. His teammate Sam Baumgarten at Outcast Autosport, you know, those guys showing why they're 1-2 in the points. Dalton Kilrow showing why he's third in the points right now. Those are the only 3 guys on the lead. Those are the 3 guys that are going to be going into Phoenix I can pretty much guarantee you those 3 guys are going to make it to Phoenix. And
Nick Okia with a big-time mess up, bringing it to the pits.
Wow. Look at the left side of
We
that.
have got to see if we can catch what happened.
He, on the last knoll, got it sideways.
There it is.
And just blasted the Coca-Cola signs just before you go back out onto the oval.
Major damage to that number 9 machine. Tex is going to pick up a spot. Ty Marasco steps on his own chunk, and it's on and cracking again.
Yes, it is, and that was one thing we were talking about, that, you know, Tex has got to hope that one of these guys steps on their own hoo-ha, and so far he got it from Nick. Question is, what's going to happen with Ty? Because Ty is running scared right now because he burned his fast repair early.
All right, Nick Okie is still sitting in the pit, so that's going to be a major big-time repair.
Because Nick already burned his fast repair too.
There goes the boss, Tex Perry, moving into the 5th position right now. A minute 3 behind the number 1 machine in Ty Marasco.
He needs one more spot.
He needs one more spot. No stages, so no stage points can help him tonight. It's going to be all about finishing positions tonight. Ty Marasco is... Oh my God, you'd think they want to jump on a radio. The spotters talk to each other and say, hey man, you want to slow down? No, I ain't going to slow down. Slow down so we can get in. But Tex ain't about to do that. You know, he has a lot of honor and a lot of integrity on it. Tex's heart's got to be breaking. He's got to make up a minute 3 deficit, and he's got to do it in 5 laps.
Tex is probably going to be pissed enough at what took place earlier, with Hoot going back out like he did. No offense, Hoot, and you know.
Well,
Hoot
he had to get a
Kevin
hold of. Hoot had to get ahead of Kevin O'Brien.
Did I just now hurt Tex? Is that what y'all are saying?
No. I'm just saying, Tex is probably going to be pissed enough that you did what you did to try to help him.
That's just the way Tex is. He's like, yeah, I don't need no help. If I can't do it on my own, I ain't gonna do it. That's as Tex loops, gets it loose over the last chicane, crosses the start-finish line. Not gonna help his deficit behind Ty Marasco, but Nick Okie is still in the pits. Tex, just drive the car, man. Just finish her out strong. See where the points lie out.
I was gonna say, if anybody's gonna be angry, man, it's probably gonna be Kevin.
Ty Marasco's hit the wall again. There's a lot of damage on the right side of that Michael Falk Racing Designs number 1.
This is getting interesting.
That's one way to put it.
I don't want even want to tell you.
I have got to bring my Dan Lisa scoring page up here because, ladies and gentlemen, when Tex updates, well, about halfway through the interviews of the podium, we're going to have the points update. We don't want to miss this.
Tex has pancaked the right side of the car as well. So he's got to hope for a big shunt from
Gap's
Ty
a
Marasco.
minute 11 now.
Yeah, he's got to hope for something big from Ty Marasco. And Dalton Kilroy has just gone a lap down. And he's in the pits.
Dalton Kilroy bringing her pit side. Looks to be regular scheduled service.
The car hasn't moved.
18, 19. Nope, that ain't regular scheduled, that's for certain.
Could he be taking one for Tex also?
It's what I was about to ask is, did the spotters for the 85 and the P1 talk to each other and go, hey, can you help your brother out?
I don't know.
Well, I'll keep an eye on Dalton to see when and or if he moves. No, he's down and away, so may have just had some repairs that needed to be done.
Closing on the end of this race, 3 laps to go. Mark Arthur, half a track ahead of his teammate, Samuel Baumgarten. Dalton Kilrow running third, but he is, wow, a lap down, man. Mark Arthur and Sam Baumgarten have just put a whooping on the field.
I believe the phrase is beat him like he owned him.
Beat him like a government mule.
Ooh, what just happened to Sam Baumgarten?
Don't know.
Locked him up going into 1 and just heavy suspension damage on the 9.
Yeah, but he's a full lap to the good over Dalton Kilrow. Well, all he's got to do is actually just finish it out.
It was Okie, not Baumgarten. He was trying to get his lap back on Tex Perry, and it looks like the suspension was about to fall out of that car.
Could very well happen, but, you know, I've got the points up right now. Kevin O'Brien's going to drop out. Paskowicz is going to drop out.
I'm out.
Tim Bills did not make a good showing tonight. He's going to drop a few spots. The boss could be in. We don't know. You got to wait until the gazintas are done.
Well, I was just doing the basic, you know, Common Core algebra kind of stuff.
Oh, you had Common Core. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm not special enough to do Regents.
And we did not have all 12 start tonight.
You're right. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Who knows? With those other 3 not being here, hell, the Hoop Man might even made the cut.
Yeah, the Hoop Man made the cut. You're going to hear some noise tonight. Taking a look at our leader, focusing in on him for the final lap of the race. White flag is out. Mark Arthur is out in front. Watching that number 12 just pilot around this track is kind of really smooth.
Yeah, he's basically been just untouchable since he got into the lead. Didn't have the qualifying run that he was hoping for. Never got a clean lap in. So basically, started 6th.
Final lap here at the Charlotte Roval, ladies and gentlemen. The race for the Kia 250. 67 laps around here. Mark Arthur bringing her down the back straight, headed for the back straight chicane. Gonna bring her to the start-finish line. Gonna cross the line first, 31 seconds ahead of his teammate, Samuel Baumgarten. I think his car would have to pretty much spontaneously combust into an invisible wall for him not to lose this at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Final chicane, headed for the start-finish line. Mark Arthur, your race winner. Samuel Baumgarten bringing her around that last chicane. Don't look now, but Ty Marasco might lose another spot. 1.1 second. Dalton Kilrow. Well, he'd give it up.
Dalton Kilrow can't turn that car.
Dalton Kilrow. No, he can't. My graphics is showing the tire halfway in the pavement.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, but Tex can't make up that much time on him, can he?
Tex is just entering the infield. Race is over for Tex.
Not until they cross the start-finish line.
Did. He was
Actually,
behind Mark Arthur.
Well, your race winner. Number 12 machine. Mark Arthur.
Ty Marasco just finished third.
That's knocks the boss down in the 5th position. Mark Arthur, your race winner tonight. Sam Baumgarten coming home second. Ty Marasco bringing home the 3rd place honors. Dalton Kilrow 4th. Tex Perry rounding out the top 5, followed by Nick Okia, Doug Thompson. Our cohort up here, Hoot Baker, you know what? 8th place, that's not a bad finish this race at all. Kevin O'Brien 9th. Patrick Cowgill bringing home 10th place honors. Tim Bills and Tyler Marr being scored last in the 12th spot.
We're going to see how that shakes out because Kevin quit. After I parked it, Kevin quit. Then I went back out to help Tex, and now I finished ahead of Kevin. So I'm sure he's probably going to be upset about that, but we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how that works out.
User was moved to your channel.
Talking right now about cars, let's take a look at our 3rd place car. That would be the number. Can't get a good look at him, can I?
Well, joining us right now is the guy who is the class of the field, still doing burnouts. Miss Constance boy, Mr. Mark Arthur, congratulations on the victory here at the Roval.
Thanks, Tony. I'm out of fuel.
And you're out of fuel. Okay.
Okay, well, that answers the question of how many laps we can go.
I think I had 2 or 3 laps left in me when I finished the race. Yeah, I hate road course. I like this road course. Generally, I hate road
It looks like you like this road course.
Yeah, this one's pretty fun. I'm glad Tex put them back in. Oh, my arms are killing me.
Well, that was one of the things that I found out from Tex prior to the race. I said, "Hey, are we doing stages tonight?" And he said, "Not only no, but hell no." So I think he kind of learned his lesson the last time.
I kind of wish we had the stages because Sam made a few mistakes that allowed him not to be able to get up there and race me. I made a couple mistakes myself, but one of them I was trying to stay off Nick. I didn't realize I'd catch him that fast coming up through those little S's, and I just dumped it to keep from running him over and killing both our cars. And the other one, I just spun out all on my own. I just looped it. First time it got loose like that all night, and I coming through the little bus stop, whatever it's called. I wish we had stages, and that way Sam could have been up there racing me.
Well, you were just over 30 seconds to the good when the checkered flag flew, and you were the only 2 cars left on the lead lap.
And you guys had a hell of a battle for a while during that race.
Yeah, it was fun. I was telling Dalton, I was like, man, I was trying to catch you to put you a lap down, and that was my goal. And I was talking to them in there. I was like, okay, I got 10 laps and 10 seconds. I don't know if I can do it. And then I would say, well, I'm down to five laps and with 3 seconds. And I said, I'm trying to get him. Then he spun out going into the bus stop. I was like, oh my goodness. But he said I hit him, but it was a 0X on mine, but said it ripped the front of his car off. But I didn't think I really hit him.
Well, I mean, we saw a lot of damage on a lot of cars tonight. As a matter of fact, Dalton actually ended up relinquishing 3rd place to Ty Marasco because of just a ton of damage on the right side of the number 41.
This track's it's not easy. It's not an easy track. It's very, very, you got to really use a lot of throttle control because when you get back in the gas with these off-camber turns and stuff, man, it just wants to step out on you.
Well, that's the thing that we were talking about. Talk us through how difficult it can be if you're not 100% certain what's going on. The last 2 corners before going back out onto the oval portion of the track coming out of the infield.
Well, when you go down in that little dip, I mean, when you're coming up over that hill on that right-hander, as soon as you come up over that hip, it just gets like a 0G. And if you're matting the throttle, you're probably going to spin out right there. And then you go down in that little dip, and then you come up another hill, and it does the same thing. And then when you come up that hill, it wants to push out to the wall. And then if you don't get out of it and let it turn, you'll just keep pushing. And I mean, if anybody watched the race today, you saw them. Of course, they had a big, huge pond that they had to go through right there. But when you push right there, you'll just, if you don't get out of it and let it turn, it'll just push you straight out to that wall on the oval part. So I mean, it's tough getting through there, and that's, that infield is the bread and butter on this track. If you can get through the infield pretty good, then you'll be pretty fast. The oval, I mean, hell, we can all do the oval.
I want to get your opinion on something, because I watched that Xfinity race today, and I saw the puddles that they had to go through, and I saw the rain racing that was going on. Congratulations to the Dinger, by the way, for winning the race. But iRacing put out a tweet shortly after that race ended. Did you happen to see it?
I did not.
Oh, well, you want to tell them what it said there, Tony?
Hashtag soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the rain.
Rain is coming.
Well, that'll be interesting. I could imagine the graphics hit that's going to put, especially in this car with the damage model, and cause it's already a big, huge graphics hit. And I think I have a brand new computer, Ryzen 9, and this thing's blinking and all kind of stuff, I think, from that damage model.
All right. I just got an update from the boss.
Points are in.
Points are in. I'm going to the standings right now. Here is how it breaks out. Mark Arthur, you're still up in the lead. You're transferring to the 8. Samuel Baumgarten, second place, 8 points behind you. Dalton Kilrow in third, 10 points back, or 18 points behind you. You got to go back and forth. Tim Bill's moving up a spot to the 4th place. Derek Paulson in 5th. Nick Okia in 6th. Kevin O'Brien, and dropping 2 spots, but making the top 8. A driver wasn't here. Kevin Paskowicz.
Made the top 8, huh?
Yes, he did.
Who got dropped out?
Tex.
The boss won. He got dropped. Well, we were thinking a position was going to put him in. You guys don't run it that way. You're running straight points by the look of it.
Yeah.
So Tex just had too much of he finished 3. If he would have got 3 positions plus, he'd have been in.
I don't know how he's doing it. I thought we would do like playoff points and stuff like that, but apparently we're not.
Well, I'm looking at the updated points, and the heartbreak of the night belongs to, normally we give out an award for ESPN Driver of the Night. I got to give out an award. I got to give out a certificate for ESPN Heartbreak of the Night, and that's got to go to the boss.
Oh, forgetting dropped for being outside the top 8.
Yep. No, the last the top 12 rounds out is Tex Perry in 9th, Doug Thompson in 10th, Hoot Baker, you got 11th, and Brian McRae rounds out the top 12. So when you make when nut cutting finally happens, top 8 are going to be Mark Arthur, Samuel Baumgarten, Dalton Kilrow, Tim Bills, Derek Paulson, Nick Okia, Kevin O'Brien, and Kevin Paskowicz.
Where are we at next week?
Yes,
Kansas.
I can tell you. We're going to Kansas.
I'm not too keen on Kansas. I'll be all right, but I don't like that Highline 1-lane junk. I don't like that. But
Hey, Mark, real quick, just Hoot, man, before you go, I know you talked about your arms hurting, but I know it was bad for me, but mentally, how tough is that track?
oh, it's pretty tough. I mean, it's like had some talking going. I mean, Nick and Ty was in there talking to each other, and they were talking. I was like, hey, let's cut it out. Because you have to listen to the RPMs. You have to be hearing if your rear end slipping. If you're starting to step out and starting to lose traction under throttle, and so, there's a lot to listen to, and rev shifting, and when you're downshifting and trying to match RPM and listening for tires. There's a lot. It's a lot to do mentally, and doing it that many turns for that many laps. It's a little exhausting.
I just got another note from the boss. He's feeling heartbroken, but it was incident points that got him. 8 incident points took him out of the top 8
tonight.
And we could tell he was frustrated, man. When when Nick Okia got around him at one point, it dropped him back a position, and we were looking for that story. We just saw that how frustrated he started getting, and a lot of those incidents had to come from that. What's your view on that, Tony?
Yeah, I got to think that you're right. But
I'm sorry to interrupt, and that's where I was talking about that mental aspect. That he just mentally got out of it, and just got worse and worse for him.
Well, Sam was doing the same thing. When he spun out a couple times, he kept going, "Good win, Mark," and then he was like, "I can't believe it." And I was like, "Dude, just calm down. Just calm down. Get back in there. Start hitting your marks." I said, "I can spin out. Anything can happen." And that did. I spun out twice. So I mean,
hey, settle an argument for us. What paint scheme were you wearing tonight?
The original My Little Pony.
Gotcha.
Okay, then my trading paints isn't working.
Speaking of paints, if anybody wants an amazing painter, check out Michael Falk Racing Designs. Man, that dude is amazing. He done.
Yeah, we
Nick's
saw what
paint.
Sam was putting on tonight.
Sam's paint is awesome. I mean, he didn't do this one. I just figured step it back old school. He did my other My Little Pony.
Yeah, every time you run a Hello Kitty, My Little Pony, I get to talk about you win races.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'll probably never jump out of a paint car. And like I said, I did it as a joke, and then started winning. So I was like, well, I'm gonna stick with it. So I'll probably always run some sort of paint cars and something. Plus, it's easy to see.
Man, this is a tough track to be cutting nuts at, being a cutoff race here in Roval. What's your thoughts? I mean, we heard your thoughts going into Kansas, man. Anyone you want to shout out to before we let you go?
What's the next cutoff race? Isn't it Martinsville?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's going to be even tougher. I love Martinsville.
We gotta go. We got Kansas, Texas, and then Martinsville, and then we go to the final race of Phoenix.
Oh yeah, I like the drivers' tracks. So Martinsville and Phoenix, I'm good with those. But Kansas, I don't like the cookie cutter things. Even though that one's a high line, it's just one groove. If iRacing could fix their surface models where you could build in a second groove, I think all the racing would be amazing. But like Bristol and Kansas and some of those tracks where you only have that one groove just kind of sucks. So, but they're getting there. They're getting a lot better. So,
well, Mark, I'm gonna be rooting for you going further, brother. Roanoke, Southwest Virginia, baby. We got to get it done.
That's right. Yeah, our Hokies kind of got beat up today, but
we'll keep on keeping on, brother.
When you're playing with half a team, I mean, what else is going to happen? What else should happen? But shout out to my team, Sam. Jason Powell wasn't here tonight. Yeah, he's got some church stuff going on and stuff, so he can't make every weekend. Nick's a teammate of mine now, and Dalton. I mean, not Dalton. Derek didn't show up tonight. That little punk. I don't know why he don't show up. Guess he don't. Does he want to come to these tracks?
He don't want to turn. He don't want to make right hand turns.
Yeah, he don't want to come to these tracks where you have to drive, I guess.
All right, Mark. We'll
shout out to them.
Kansas.
And my mom, I know she's on there as Constance Keith. Her name is Connie. So she hates the name Constance, but I told her I'd tell you. But yeah, it's Connie. She I said, she's like, you don't have to say nothing, but I said, I'll tell them next time.
Hey, Connie,
I don't know if her and my sister
send a hate mail and the bag of whatever to that's Tony Trapasso, New York, P.O. Box OU 812, and go beat up on them a bit.
Yeah, just shout out to them. Appreciate my mom and sister watching me ever since they found out I do this. But hopefully I can win this championship this year. It's always my nemesis. I've always won the regular season, never won a championship. So we'll see what happens. I think Sam might have got my curse. Thanks, Tony.
Right. Yep.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, that was your race winner, Mr. Mark Arthur. He just had the whole field covered. Taking a look up who's in the booth right now, that'd be his teammate, number 53 machine, sporting a new paint job tonight, looking sharp. The pilot of the 53 machine, Mr. Samuel Baumgarten. Well, congratulations on second place, my friend.
I wish it would have been first, but I think Mark was running a different gear than I was, and he could just pull me better in the chicanes. I had to go down into first. I think he was going down into second, and that last run, I had to save at least a lap of fuel because I tried short pitting them, made a couple mistakes, lost all that time. So once it came down to the end, it was just making sure I can make it to the end.
Yeah, but you know what? Early on in the race, in the first, I'd say quarter of the race, you guys were trading that lead back and forth a few times. It was after the first pit cycle that got you guys really separated. I mean, what happened that got you so far apart? Because you guys were so competitive in those opening laps.
Well, to be honest, I came in, I short pitted him by a lap, and then when I came down and he was in the pits, he was coming out. I was going into turn 1, and I just binned it right around. I didn't hit nothing. It just the car just went completely sideways, so I had to recollect myself and get going. And then I had an issue later on in the race where I went into the backstretch chicane and I put it down into first, and it just went to neutral instead of first. So I cut the chicane there. It's just stupid mistakes that I should have been able to not do. But, you know, here we are. At least we got second out of it and finished on the lead lap. I'll take it.
You know, talk to me about the sponsors on your car, man. You were rocking a brand new paint job tonight that I haven't seen in a while, or I haven't seen, period, man. It looked pretty darn sharp. Talk to me about what's on the 53.
Yeah, it's another paint job done by Michael Falk Racing Designs. You can hit him up on Facebook. He does all my paints, fire suits, everything like that. He did my logo, but it's not really a sponsor. It's actually it's me. It's my Twitch channel, Serby. So if you guys want to check that out, you can check that out. But ever since Squatch, we didn't really have a sponsor. You know, Mark does his My Little Pony thing, and I didn't really have anybody to put on the car. So Michael threw this together and just put my name on the car. And
maybe you ought to go for the girlish colors, because every time he rocks that pink My Little Pony Hello Kitty, you know, he's up there at the front winning races.
Well, you seem to do pretty well, you know, when you had the car purple and green.
I thought about going back to that purple and green car, the Joker themed car, but we had a bad night at Richmond when I ran that car, and I didn't know if it was bad luck or not. Tried it again at Bristol, same thing, just bad luck. That first round,
I will never run another purple car again. Spa taught me that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought I'd jump on a bandwagon, try some girly colors, but I don't think they're for me. I think black, green, white, those are my colors.
Yeah, you know what? Congratulations on second place. Dude, you're second in the points, and I want to tell you, the points are updated. You are 8 points behind our series leader, Mark Arthur. This championship is far from decided. What's your feeling going into Kansas and then Texas before we hit another cutoff race in Martinsville?
Well, I love Kansas. I've always been a fan. I mean, I run a lot of dirt on iRacing, so running the high side and like in the cushion and stuff like that in dirt. Kansas is a high line track. I just love running up against the wall. You know, that Larson line's my favorite. So Kansas, I think, is going to be a good track for us. Texas is definitely going to be a challenge. And I don't know. We're just going to have to play it by ear when it comes down to the Final Four if we make it.
All right, Sam. So anybody you want to thank before we let you go tonight? Hot mic. Yeah.
Oh, well. I pushed the wrong button, didn't I?
So, Sam, anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank Mark. As always, he's a great teammate. Always keeps my head in the game. Michael Falk Racing Designs, like I said, you can hit him up on Facebook. So that's MF Racing Designs. He does awesome paint schemes. He actually just did a dirt late model for me. It looks just like my buddy's pro stock car that he runs at Lernerville. So, I mean, the dude does awesome work. So if you need a paint job, be sure to hit him up at MF Racing Designs on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm going to apologize for that. I hit the wrong button because the wife came in here telling me a joke, and we're sitting here laughing at it, and I hit the wrong button on a new piece of equipment I bought that I was using. So, sorry.
All right. Well,
Sam, before you go, this is one last question I'm asking everybody on the podium. Mentally, how hard was it to run that track tonight?
Mentally, it's tough. I mean, you got to get into a rhythm, and if you make one mistake, it just throws you completely off. So it's definitely a mind game. You're definitely racing the track. It's road course, so.
I appreciate the answer, and apparently Byron's still hot micing, but appreciate.
But that's just my opinion. So hey, Tex, if you're watching, bring back the dang stages. That's all.
All right, Sam. We'll see you next week in Kansas.
Thanks.
Actually, I wasn't hot micing. It wasn't going out. You guys were hearing me, but they weren't.
User was moved to your channel.
And joining us now after making his return to the league after being absent for a couple of weeks, Mr. Ty Marasco. Ty, congratulations on the podium, sir.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad to be here. I didn't mean to wreck Dalton at the end, but I was pushing hard, and we were pushing hard going to the corner, and I tried to just didn't stick, and drove us both into the wall. But I'm happy to be here, though.
So talk us through, what was going on there in the closing laps. I know you were running pretty hard. What was it going through your mind early on? I mean, you started up towards the front and then had some early issues. Did you know you could get a podium out of this, or were you just hoping? Talk us through that.
I was hoping top 5. I mean, I was just pushing for, and then I got top 5, and then Nick unfortunately wrecked, and when he unfortunately wrecked, gave me the 4th position, and then just coming out of it, and then all of a sudden, I had a chance to get it with Dalton with 2 laps to go, about 3 seconds or so, and I caught him out of the turn, and both went down into the turn 1, and I just locked up the wheels, and it sent us in the wall. Again, didn't mean to do that, but I mean, the only time I had podium on my mind was about 2 laps to go, and I saw 3 seconds, and I'm like, I think I can make it 3 seconds on him.
Well, how bad was the mental game that you guys had to play tonight? Especially being as this is not the easiest road course to get around.
Well, it's a mental game. You gotta be there mentally. You can't get overworked. I got overworked early on, and then compounding mistakes, and that's what led me to having to wreck it into the wall, and then have to go to the pits, and then fall back to last almost. But as the race went on, I calmed my head down a little bit, and that's big. If you don't have a calm head around one of these road courses like this, you're not going to last, because you're going to end up compounding mistakes, and there's a lot of walls to hit, and you don't want to hit one of those, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, are you going to be with us next week as the series moves to Kansas?
I hope so. Hope to plan to be there. Happy to be back. I like NASCOM. It's just sometimes it didn't work out for me, but I'm happy to be back as long as I can.
All right. Well, Ty, anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
I'd like to thank Michael Falk and MF Racing Design. Check him out on Facebook. He's a great painter for all the iRacing cars. He's done a lot of work for a lot of people in this league and other leagues around that I'm in, and he does a great job, especially on the paint I have. And I want to thank you guys for broadcasting tonight.
Well, we're glad to be here. I know I am. Got a new toy to play with as broadcasting. Sorry about it on the interviews, but it didn't go out over the broadcast because it works a little different, but it went out over to you guys. Sorry about the hot mic, Tony.
Well, Ty, it's good to have you back, and looking forward to seeing you next week at Kansas.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right,
Time
there you go.
Rounding out
User was moved out of your channel.
your podium there. Byron, take us home, brother.
All right, man. Hey, what a race. What can we say? We had an intimate field. The cars got spread out on the track, but we did have a story within a story, man. And the heartbreak for me tonight was the story of boss, Tex Perry. Just missing it. It was 8 incident points that took him out of the top 8, moving on to the next round at Kansas.
Yeah, and that was something that we kind of knew it was an uphill battle coming into tonight, but it was definitely one of those deals that it could have gone either way.
Yeah, what's your thoughts moving on to Kansas, man, next week, followed by Texas, and then with a cutoff at Martinsville, of all places?
I'm not unhappy about the next 2 tracks. I love Kansas. Not unhappy with Texas. Martinsville is what it is. We all know what that is. Sad to be out of the points race there, but I'll be in here trying to at least give a showing and make these guys work for that win, right?
Yeah, we got to do it, man. The top 8. I'm going to have to make a phone call to one Mr. Kevin Paskowicz and tell him he's the luckiest son of a gun I've ever known. What about you, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of those deals where he needed the chips to fall just right, with with Tex having difficulty and Kevin O'Brien having difficulty and so on, but was finally able to. He got in.
Yeah, but Paskowicz does love running Kansas. That's one of his better tracks. Texas, he's a take it or leave it. Martinsville, he's going to have a struggle there. He's going to have to do very well to move on up to the top 4 to the championship, where we're going to wind up this season at Phoenix, man. Ladies and gentlemen, iRacing is the platform that brings you all this action. ESPN is the network that covers it all. And who are we bringing you? We're bringing you NASCOM online Saturday night. K&N Open Set Racing, it doesn't get any better than this. For myself, Byron Rodney, for Hoot Baker, the pilot of the 82, Virginia Tech machine, and our compadre, Mr. Tony Trapasso. We've had a lot of fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to seeing you this coming Saturday. The next Saturday, we're going to be at Kansas, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do it all over again. Look for a bigger field. Look for a lot more exciting racing. Ladies and gentlemen, for ESPN, I'm Byron Rodney. For Tony Trapasso and Hoot Baker, good night, everyone.